I'm going to talk to you about the 4 core principles of Profit First. If you would like a copy of my downloadable worksheet for this topic, then just post profit below and we will get you a copy. So what I see with trades businesses at the moment is they tend to run into trouble when it comes to managing their cash flow. So whether they've got lots of work on, like most people have at the moment, or whether things are a little less busy in the work department, there's always a problem with managing your cash. And what that is because of, I've found from all the trades businesses that I've spoken to, is that you've never been shown how to manage your cash properly. So we expect you, or everyone expects you to be able to manage it, but nobody's actually ever shown you how to do it. The problem from that is once you decide that you want to do something about it, you don't know where to start. And so often people just get overwhelmed and they've got 101 other things on their plate, so they just don't start at all. The other thing that I see is that you're just too busy to work it out. Some tradies will try and get a system running in their business themselves, but they stop because it becomes too overwhelming, too hard, too confusing, and it's just not working right for you. So what I want you to really have a think about, and I know this is what makes your life easier, is that you can have a simple way to manage your cash. You can get support and guidance from a specialist to set up a system in your business to be able to manage your cash flow much more effectively. And you are able to work with a specialist to hold you accountable so that you stick to the system. Like everybody, we are, many of us are really good at implementing something or getting started, but often we get bored as time goes by, and we really, really need somebody to hold us accountable to make sure that we get in the rhythm of sticking to the system that we are using. So as I said, what I wanted to talk to you about is the 4 core principles of Profit First and how that will help with those frustrations that so many business owners have. So the first one is about small plates. So if we use the analogy around food and eating, if we go to a buffet, for the majority of people, they tend to overeat because we can keep going back and just taking and taking and taking. Same when it comes to cash flow. If you have one bank account with all your money in there, it is very easy to spend it without really having too many second thoughts about it. And what that causes is that you don't have enough money at the end of the month or the end of the quarter to cover things like super and PAYG and your BAS. And that causes massive cash flow headaches. So by using small plates, so by using multiple bank accounts and putting specific amounts of money in each bank account for a specific purpose, we then reduce the size of our operating expenses account, and that helps us know that we only have that amount of money to spend on our operating expenses. So by reducing the size of the plate, by reducing the amount in our bank account, and by having more bank accounts, it makes it easier for us to know we're getting a bit low. Actually, we can't purchase that thing that we want. If it's not a need, if it's just a want, we can't purchase that just yet. It's never a we can't purchase it at all. It's just that we maybe have to do a little bit more work, get a few more invoices in before we can purchase that particular thing. The second thing is serving sequentially. So in Profit First, we have a particular order that we transfer money into your bank accounts. And the reason why we do that is because the very first bank account that gets money transferred into is the most important, and that is your profit account. So what happens for the most part is people leave profit to the end and then there's nothing left. And we want to make sure that that is your number one priority, to put money aside for profit. Now, for many businesses who are struggling at the moment, the thought of putting money aside for profit feels ridiculous. But what we do, we start just with a really small amount of money and we start getting into the habit of putting your profit first. We then make sure that we put money aside for your pay. We make sure that we put money aside for your tax. We make sure that we put money aside for your GST and your materials and subs. And depending on your business, there may be other bank accounts that we open as well. And by having multiple bank accounts and transferring money into those in a particular order, it means that we are refocusing ourselves on what's important in the business. The third principle is to remove temptation. So for many of us, and myself included when I first started Profit First, as if I was accumulating money in my profit account in my regular bank and it was on my internet banking that I could see every time I logged in, which was often at least every day, then the temptation is there to borrow money from that account. But what in fact you're just doing is stealing from that account, because that has got a purpose and that purpose hasn't changed. But if you are taking money from that account to cover your operating expenses, then that is defeating the whole purpose. So what we want to do is have some bank accounts that are out of sight, out of mind. So at another bank completely, that you're not checking, you're not logging in to see what the balances are very regularly. And surprisingly enough, we are able to accumulate funds in that bank account much easier when we're not seeing the balance constantly flashing up on our screen whenever we log in. And the fourth thing is to enforce a rhythm. So when we talk about rhythms in Profit First, it is about setting time aside to look at Profit First in your business and do your allocations. So that is where we take what income is coming to your business and we look at our percentages, which is something that usually you would work with a Profit First professional to work out your percentages, and you do the allocations into each of those bank accounts. So for myself and for most of my businesses that I work with, they do it weekly. For some of the larger businesses, you might be a builder or a joiner who your invoices don't come in as regularly, that might be every fortnight rather than weekly. But setting that time in your calendar to make sure that that's when you're going to sit down and focus on doing your allocations and looking at your cash flow position makes such a difference to getting in that habit. And once we're in the habit, it becomes really easy and really simple. So just to recap, there was 4 core principles. Small plates equals multiple bank accounts. Serve sequentially. Always put your profit first. Remove temptation. Have some bank accounts out of sight, out of mind, so we don't touch. And enforce a rhythm. Now, if you would like my worksheet, post profit below and we will get you that, and that'll step you through and give you the outline of how you can start implementing these 4 core principles in your business today. Have a great day, everyone.